Can I see your license? Right? Yes, sir, I do.
I understand that. Why are you being hostile? I don't have to talk to you.
Politicians are the ones who make laws, but what happens when they themselves break the laws they've established? Here are 6 shocking examples when politicians realize they've been caught. Starting our video with congressional candidate Martin Hyde, who tried to misuse his power by threatening the career of a police officer who was simply doing her job. And for what reason? Because this politician was stopped at a traffic stop. Watch how things quickly escalated into something far worse.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? I'm Sebastian, Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville.
You don't need to point at me, officer.
I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing in the direction where it was.
I just called the chief, how's that?
Go right ahead, sir. Can I see your license? Right? Yes, sir, I do. Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
You can do this?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry? I still have a job to do, sir.
Yeah, man. What's your name?
Officer Beskin, it's going to be on the citation. Can I see your insurance, registration, and your license, please? Sir, can I have your paperwork, please? 7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please? You're not going to give me your registration, sir.
You arrest me?
I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration. You don't have it on you?
Look, go call the chief. Tell him how rude you just been to me. Play him this video.
Okay.
Then you call Marlon Brown. Then you call the mayor.
Okay.
They're not okay, though. Tell me what to do.
Okay, sir. Are you refusing to produce your registration? I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay,
Why
sir.
are you doing this?
Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
Says who? Where's your video?
All right. Hang tight.
This man, seemingly drunk on power, appears too proud of himself. Accused of speeding and using his phone while driving, he not only misbehaves with the officer, but also threatens her career, all because she had the audacity to perform her duty by asking him for his license and insurance.
Call the supervisor. I just spoke to your boss.
Okay.
That's not okay.
You want your paperwork?
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes you talk to people like this?
10-14-6.
Call the supervisor.
14 dispatch, can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And then we'll see who goes.
Okay. You don't want your paperwork?
6142, can you be 51 Great Bell
You
Street?
don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be
I'm
issued a
not interested in
citation.
anything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through.
No, I'm not interested.
All right, you are going to be issued a
There's
citation.
the registration.
Well, you've been already issued a citation for that.
For what?
For failure to produce your registration.
All
All right. Sir, you're going to be issued a
right
citation 57 and a 40 for speeding. Your fine is
right here.
$256. Information in the back. You're
right
going to
here.
have an option to
It's on
plead
your
guilty.
camera.
An option to plead not guilty and an option to take a safe driver's course. If you qualify for the course, it will reduce your fine and it will reduce your points. If you decide to go ahead and do that, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payment.
You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
You know what he said about
Okay.
you?
If you
He said
fail
he's
to
had you
complete...
before like this.
Okay.
And he's going to have you again.
And that's fine.
It's not fine. Why do you keep saying it's fine?
Sir,
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you're being bloody rude to me.
if you decide to go ahead and do the course, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payment, as they do
You think you're winning?
require a certificate of
Do you?
completion. If you sign up for it, you must complete it. Otherwise, they will go ahead and suspend your license. You are going to be issued a citation for texting and driving.
Instead of apologizing and accepting his mistake, he continues to argue with the officer, dragging out the situation until a supervisor arrives to cover up his corrupt behavior.
Question, why are you lying?
Phone number on the bottom in
When your
case you have any
supervisor
questions. When my supervisor comes, I'll wait for him with you if you like me to. Your citation's over. You can accept them. I will wait. I will wait, but I will wait in my car. There you go.
Yeah, but you have the bad.
The officer, displaying intellect and composure, doesn't deny the politician's request for a supervisor and confidently continues to do her job. Yet, he persists in showing aggressive behavior.
207, can you be 51 Great Bell Street?
Sir, stand over there. It's for my safety and for your safety. Sir?
743, 1074.
10-4, the driver being extremely uncooperative.
10-4.
Yes, Sarge.
6142 to 6715, are you anywhere closer?
I can't. He won't let me leave until a supervisor shows up. Martin Hyde. I just gave him 3 tickets. Yes. Bye. Speeding, 57 and a 40, texting while driving, and failure to produce his registration because he told me I could look it up. And he's gonna have my job. Everything is on camera. Alrighty. Bye. Are you still waiting for a supervisor, or are you leaving?
Rangioni's coming now.
Okay.
To justify his actions, he lectures the officer on the level of respect he believes he deserves. However, the officer calmly responds, inviting him to contest the situation in court if he feels wronged, even referring to him as an influential person. Here comes another officer.
She's trying to make her spurs, but it's a big mistake.
Well, this one is the expired one, but
Well, it doesn't make it. It'll take 2
Yeah.
seconds.
yeah.
We're going to make sure that she pays the price for being disrespectful. And I just wanted you to witness it, know that the registration was right there, and she deliberately chose to write the ticket. She came up, she said the first... Look, there's a video of it, so be quiet. There's a video of what you said.
There is.
And I've got a video of what you said. Right? What she said was, I don't have it. She immediately said, I write your citation. She went right back. She never said anything. She went straight back. I denied the citation. She's straight back, right the cell. I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your unit. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady.
I was talking to my sergeant. Sergeant, if you don't mind if we could step over off the road onto the sidewalk.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
it's
a second,
public safety
officer.
thing, yeah. Come on then.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde, like I said,
No.
you know,
I've represented you guys
Yes,
in
sir.
union discussions. My
Yeah.
son is a cop. I'm friends with
Yeah. Yes, sir.
everybody in the police department. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me. And for what reason? I could care less. If they were giving write me a ticket, I could care less. I just pay the bloody thing. You don't think I got the money? It's the manner and the nature of it.
Okay. And like I said, Sergeant Fangione will be over here to talk to you about her interaction.
Hyde is offended by what he perceives as disrespect from the female officer. But is that really the case?
Hey, Martin. Yeah, I have to leave it on.
All right, so here's the thing. She lied about the cell phone thing.
Okay.
She lied about I don't know, the speed. I could care less. You can give me the ticket all day long. I could care less about that. And then I gave her the registration, and she's, oh, your registration? It's in the car there somewhere. She goes off, she writes me a ticket, she brings me back a citation. I said, there it is.
Okay.
And she still gives me it.
Okay. All right.
She's being funny. And the thing is, I appreciate that. I back you guys left, right, and centre.
I understand that. I do. Trust me, I do
And
know
I
that.
don't expect better treatment, but I don't expect worse treatment. If that's how you treat people, that's unacceptable.
I understand. I understand your frustration.
And I can get the video and I can play it to the mayor. I understand that, but you know, the thing is, I don't take kindly. She knew exactly, because I said to her, I said, yeah, right away, I said, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I know. Straight away, writing the tickets. Why?
Well, she's a traffic officer.
Yeah,
That's
she's
what we
a
do.
traffic-
But I understand.
I understand that's what she do.
Yeah.
I said, it's not what you do, and you know it.
Listen, she has a job to do. I'm not. Listen, I'm
Not
gonna
that
look at
way.
I'm gonna look at the video. I understand your concerns. I'm gonna look at the video. I notified everybody in the chain of command right now. That's what I was doing. That's why I was not coming here. I thought you were gonna meet me at the station, but it's not a big deal. She's going right now to dock her video. Right now, she's going to dock the video. And if there's problems, you will be the first to know.
Well,
and
I know
we'll-
this, but the difference is, I'll do something about it.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm going to take your complaint, is what I'm doing. That's the first step.
How can you write a ticket for no registration when you've got the registration? I mean, as if I got a $150,000 car, I've lived here for 25 years and I don't register the car. Why do that?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Well, you tell me what the point is.
It's just a state statute that she enforces. She's not the only traffic officer that
Would you
writes.
give a ticket for that?
I really don't leave the office. I understand what you're saying.
I understand you have a video on there, but the fact is, nobody in their right mind would give a ticket for that to me. Nobody.
I understand what you're saying, and you producing it, she probably should have taken that ticket away, but I'm going to find out what exactly occurred.
Because she had a bee in her bonnet because she thought she was on a big power trip. Guess what? She's been there 7 years, so she ain't going to make 8.
Okay.
I'll make sure.
Well, I'll get going on.
She ain't.
All right, listen, that's your prerogative. I want to get
This
started.
is not right, Andy.
Okay, I understand.
It's not right. You don't treat people that have treated and supported your partner like that.
I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Bare minimum of respect is yes sir, no sir. Not a word of it. Straight off. Talking to me like I'm a piece of dirt. Get back in your car. Which is this? She's standing, she's got a car door open and I'm leaning against here talking to someone. Okay? So, in case you get hit by traffic. Just being difficult. Okay? Just being cocky.
I understand. I do understand where you're coming from.
But it isn't. It's a bad interaction.
Yeah, it
It's a
definitely
bad
seemed.
interaction.
It definitely seemed like it was.
It's a bad interaction. How difficult is it to come to me and say, you're doing 57, give us your license and your registration? Why get into immediately like that when she knew exactly who she was talking to? If that's how, no wonder you got people shooting people in Newtown if that's how you talk to people.
All right, Martin, I'll talk to you later.
Even the supervisor confirmed that the female officer acted appropriately. Still, Hyde seems to believe that his authority surpasses that of others. Is this how politicians wield the power given to them by the public, by dominating and threatening the very people they serve? It's astounding. However, there is some relief. Martin Hyde has since issued a public apology following the February 14th traffic stop, where he threatened to end the officer's career. Moving on to the next case, what happens when a politician, celebrated as a defender of family values, becomes the center of a scandal that shatters his pristine image? Meet Ralph Allen Lee, known as Shorty, whose rise in the Oklahoma Senate and subsequent fall reveal the hidden darkness of political life.
Blindness, anything like that. Any medical attention will get you out of here. Yeah. For you real quick. Alright, so, just so I know, what's your last name again?
Shorty.
Spell it for me.
S-H-O-R-T-E-Y.
What's your first name?
Ralph.
Middle?
Allen Lee. A-L-L-N-L-E-E.
What's your birthday?
February 16th, 82.
Yeah, home address?
2105 Southwest 64th.
On the fateful night of March 9th, 2017, everything changed. The location was a Super 8 motel in Moore, where the door was knocked at approximately 1 a.m. When the door opened, Shorty found officers from the Moore Police Department right in front of him. Ever wonder who might have been with Shorty in that room? A then 17-year-old boy, identified as John Doe.
The young man I was with, I know, has, I've known him for, we've been talking, he's come to the coffee shop that I operate a couple times. I've even had him over to my house, play video games before. Had no idea, told me when I first met him that he was 20. And so when they first got there, I didn't know what the issue was. Didn't know if it was, somebody trying to get in or what.
Mm-hmm.
So, I asked them, they said it was a wellness check or something like that, and I said, hey, I'm fine. And they were persistent, and then I could finally see a badge on one of them. And then they said that there was a minor inside the room. Obviously, I had no idea when I first met this young man. He told me he was 20 years old. Like I said, we've been talking on the phone for a while. He, in fact, for a few months, he even told me that he went to California to try to get in the music industry or something. So that was when I opened the door. It just didn't make any sense to me why.
What transpired in that room would unravel a web of deception and betrayal, leading to Shorty's dramatic fall from grace. Imagine the tension in that moment. The door creaks open, revealing not just a man, but a political figure whose life was about to be turned upside down. Shorty was accused of the minor, John Doe, to engage in a commercial act on March 8th and 9th, 2017. But how did they end up in that motel room?
The peephole. And so, the young man I was with, I know has, I've known him for, we've been talking, he's come to the coffee shop that I operate a couple times. I've even had him over to my house, play video games before. Had no idea, told me when I first met him that he was 20. And so when they first got there, I didn't know what the issue was. Didn't know if it was, somebody trying to get in or what.
Mm-hmm.
So, I asked them, they said it was a wellness check or something like that, and I said, hey, I'm fine. And they were persistent, and then I could finally see a badge on one of them. And then they said that there was a minor inside the room. Obviously, I had no idea when I first met this young man. He told me he was 20 years old. Like I said, we've been talking on the phone for a while. He, in fact, for a few months, even told me that he went to California to try to get in the music industry or something. So that was when I opened the door. It just didn't make any sense to me why, there'd be a...
John and Shorty had been in contact via phone for a long time through Kik, a mobile messaging app. They shared quite a bit of detail about each other, wherein John shared his dreams of making it in the music industry. Soon, their meetings in coffee shops became frequent, and what started as a friendship soon spiraled into something far more than that. He told me he was 20, Shorty claimed later, trying to justify his actions. But as the investigation unfolded, it became clear that this was a story woven with half-truths and manipulation.
I'm assuming I thought he had told me that he lived with some friends, and he had told me in the past that, it was hard for him to get clean because he was always with his friends that were, living with him. And so, when he called and said he needed to get out of there, that he had to test the next day, then the choice was to bring him over to my house, which I don't think my wife would have appreciated that very much. She probably would have been okay with it, but I just figured it'd be easier just to get him a place. And then we decided to talk. So.
Okay. So, how do you do you text him, or how do y'all communicate?
Usually phone calls.
Phone calls?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's interesting because on his tablet he has a conversation that he says he had with you using an app called Kik. Do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there's a pretty lengthy conversation on his tablet that he says is with a guy.
Shorty excused his accusations by narrating a story about a test that John had, claiming he was merely helping him. He couldn't invite him home due to his wife's discomfort, so he chose to meet him at the motel.
That is online, or the Kik ID is Jamie Tilley. And you told officers that night that that's what your online...
He calls me Jamie,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not sure why.
Okay. And anyways, so we've got a conversation between him and this Jamie Tilley about, he says, I need money for spring break. Jamie Tilley says, I don't really have any legitimate things I need help with right now. Would you be interested in sexual stuff? He says, yes. This goes on about how I come get you, blah, blah, blah. We go on. He says, he starts calling this guy Daddy. He says, hurry up, Daddy. I'm super horny.
However, a fake ID with the name Jamie Tilley, created by Shorty, reveals something different. It shows that John advised Shorty on March 8th via Kik that he needed money for spring break. Shorty replied, I don't really have any legitimate things I need help with right now. Would you be interested in sexual stuff? After John responded yes, their Kik conversation included explicit references to sexual acts. How could someone in a position of power betray the trust of a young person? During the investigation, officers asked him about this spring break.
You had mentioned something about spring break. Can you explain that to me?
You said he needed money for spring break.
Like, in what sense? Was he going somewhere?
I don't know. It didn't say.
Okay, so he's... No, spring break was last week, right?
This week. In some places it's next week.
I think more is this week, though.
Yeah, I think so.
But it probably wouldn't matter to him if he's not in high school, I guess.
I don't know if he still has friends that were in high school.
Be right back.
So he wouldn't be able to describe what it looks like?
I don't know. I mean, it's not like private or anything. I mean, anybody can go up there. In fact, it's an open office. So you asked me earlier if there had been any sexual contact in the past. Does he allege that?
He said you guys kissed.
When?
Before May of last year.
I mean, that's nothing, but still, that's never happened either.
Just like Jamie Tilley's not you. Just like it's somebody else with kids and daughters in the coffee shop. Somebody else who's there. Man, you made a bad decision. You know, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you made a bad decision. It's not the end of the world.
And if I can't prove otherwise, that it is the end of the world. And I can't think of any other proof that I can show you.
There's nothing, because there's no, I mean...
There absolutely would be.
What we have is the truth.
If I had phone calls, or if I had...
But you don't, because they don't exist. What we have is the truth. You know it. You know that's
I never
why
would have thought to have to record a phone call or anything with a guy. I mean,
It was recorded. That's what we've got pictures of. The conversation was recorded.
For him, this was just a bad decision and not the end of the world. The audacity of a politician committing such wrongs can be striking, a boldness that defies the very principles they once vowed to uphold. It might be a misconception to think that this was Shorty's first time engaging in such acts. During the investigation, it was found that Shorty used his smartphone to send a video involving a prepubescent girl and videos involving young boys from his AOL email address to a Hotmail address in October 2013.
So why did you tell the officers there that you had an online identity by Jamie?
I didn't say that. I said that he's called me Jamie.
Well, I don't mean to you did, because we got body cameras and I actually saw it. So, I mean, they were talking to him, they were talking to you, and you said that you went online or had an online identity of Jamie. That's it. You didn't say Tilly, the last one, but you said Jamie.
I remember that, sir.
Okay.
I remember him asking me what my name was. You asked me about email conversations earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to find something for you guys. Is there anything there that shows what I'm saying on email? Because I honestly don't remember if I've ever emailed him.
He had a shit ton of emails on that thing, and I'm not sure. That's why I was asking if you remember anything.
I gave the officer my email address the other night. I guess I'll search and see if there's any. I'm just trying to think of anything.
According to Shorty, all of this is false. He claims he didn't email anything and further wraps up his defense by saying he doesn't remember, which seems unfair. However, he did admit that he shared his email address with the officers, and that these videos and messages were all products of this ID shared by the department.
There'd be
Police there.
Actually, what I asked him was, I said, "Are you minor?" And he said, "No, let me go talk to them." I said, "Okay." And he went out there, and that's, I don't know what they talked about, but I asked him to check his ID. So again, I'd never even thought to ask him for his ID. There's no reason to. So anyway, I guess after that.
The next thing, according to a Moore police affidavit, officers were alerted on March 9th by John's father that his teenage son had entered a room at the Super 8 motel with an adult. This raises doubts about whether John used his father's ID to check in, which could explain how his father became aware of the situation. Alternatively, it's possible Shorty knew John was a minor.
One of the men, Sergeant something, I can't remember his last name, he's bald. He lectured me quite a deal. At that point, I was, again, blood pressure. I had to sit down, couldn't even really, I don't even honestly remember what I said to him. A little bit, I think. And I just needed to not have a stroke. So I was caught off guard by that. I think they asked me at some point if they could search the room. I had my computer bag with me, and one of the men searched my computer bag as well as the room. As far as I know, there was nothing found. That was that.
Okay. So they said they, pardon me. They said they smelled weed in the room. Were y'all smoking weed or anything?
I was not smoking weed.
Was there any in there?
No.
Okay.
And again, I asked them to search. They wanted to search my bag. So I don't remember. I think he needed a place to stay for the night. And I think he had a bag with him. I don't know if they searched that.
Okay.
I did not.
So did you stay there all night after the cops left? Or?
No, I left a little while later.
About what time?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But
you didn't stay until in the morning?
Have you talked to him since that night?
No. I honestly would have loved to have talked to his parents. I had no idea that he was still with his parents. I wouldn't have been with a minor.
Well, you knew that he was kicked out of high school.
Yeah, I knew that. Well, he told me he dropped out of high school.
Okay, you knew that he dropped out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And that he was trying to get his GED.
Right.
How old did you think he was?
20. When we met, he told me he was 20.
Okay.
And he's told me, guys, I'm just as why this is just so, I don't understand why he would do this, because that's all we've ever talked about, is just life and just trying to get him better, I guess. I had no idea he lived with his parents. Is he still in high school?
This was not Shorty's first time, as prosecutors revealed in June 2018, that he had engaged in sexual acts with the victim twice in the year before they were found together in the motel. The incident in Moore led to an investigation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Moore Police Department, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, and the Secret Service. Shorty was serving as an Oklahoma State Senator at the time of the offense. He resigned in March 2017, shortly after his conduct led the Cleveland County District Attorney to charge him with state crimes. In a shocking turn of events, U.S. District Judge Timothy D. DeGiusti sentenced Shorty to 180 months, or 15 years, in prison, in addition to 10 years of supervised release. What does this say about the integrity of our leaders? And how can we ensure that those in power are held accountable for their actions? His journey from a respected politician to a convicted felon reveals the complexities of human nature and the darkness that can lurk beneath a seemingly polished exterior. What happens when a police chief is stopped by his own officers for violating the law? Will he admit his wrongdoing, or will he try to dominate the situation? Will the officers dare to challenge his authority? The answers to these questions are about to unfold. Meet Jonathan Hemifel, a police chief who was pulled over at a traffic stop for a window tint violation. What started as a routine stop on August 2nd, 2022 in Molina, Georgia, quickly turned into a confrontation when the chief's true colors were revealed. The officers discovered he was carrying an unofficial police badge from a neighboring city.
What are you doing? Here, come here. You go out.
Say hello. Was that illegal?
No, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping you is because it's a window tint violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know with it. That's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag. Okay. That tag's not even on file.
But the chief wasn't pleased. Agitated and attempting to assert his dominance, he said, "Matt Pope worked for me. Your chief worked for me." His attempt to intimidate them with his rank is both hilarious and disturbing, an unlawful display of arrogance.
I said, yes, well, we have to catch up the bill to run it and everything like that, sir. So
I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zebulon.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Matt Pope worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
I'm upset because I spoke to you when I come by, and now you're pulling me over.
Sir, I've never met you a day in my life.
I understand that.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
Easy. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
Are y'all gonna write me a ticket? Are you gonna write me a ticket?
Sir, we're just trying.
I'm the police chief in Zebulon. Do you want to write me a ticket?
Why are you coming up to me like that? I'm doing my job, right?
What are you stopping for?
I'm stopping for one. The window tint's dark.
I have blue lights in my car.
Okay, you know how many officers have blue lights in their
Are you writing me a ticket, yes or no?
Yet the officers remained composed, speaking respectfully, explaining that they were simply doing their job. They handed the chief a ticket, which only fueled his anger, especially towards the female officers on the scene.
Are you writing me a ticket? I'm fixing to leave.
Do you have your driver's license?
Sure, I have my driver's license.
Well, I wait.
I have my driver's license. I'm fixing to make it a whole lot more. Your boss worked.
1111. I'm out of your building.
A machine construction company out of Losersville. Registration showed expired, valid insurance, negative 90 hours.
Yeah, sir. As I was explaining.
I don't want to hear anything else from you.
What happened next? At the chief's request, the officers ran his license plate through their computer system. The result was startling. The license plate didn't match the vehicle he was driving. When the officers tried to inform him, his reaction was explosive. Witness the fiery outburst here.
Yeah. What?
She's about bringing your driver's license back up.
That's fine.
Yeah. First, when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just confirming it's not. Yes, sir.
It's a ghost tag.
Yes, sir. We're making
sure anything back with that tag.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you wouldn't come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know and everything.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
Sir, can I ask why you're so upset?
Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
No, we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back 905.
That's right, because you run it wrong.
Sir.
Somebody run it wrong. Either you did or they did.
We're about to get the information.
Okay, I got your chief on the phone right now. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Can you calm down for us, please?
Despite being caught in multiple violations, illegal tint, disrespecting the officers, and mismatched plates, the chief walked away with just a ticket.
I appreciate the job y'all out here doing.
Chief, I'm trying to be respectful with you.
I understand that. I understand that.
I'm not raising my voice or nothing at you, right?
I understand that.
All right, let's.
But I'm trying to tell you, the only thing I done wrong was y'all never would have pulled me over if I hadn't flicked my blue lights.
No, sir. No, we were going to pull you. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm telling you straight up. Okay.
Okay. All right.
But like I said, there's people out here impersonating police officers with blue lights.
Or you threw my license. She threw my license. If she is getting them for me,
she'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I'm just trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk anymore about it.
All righty.
This incident is a glaring example of the abuse of power, where corruption speaks louder than the law. Up next is a dive into the scandalous behavior of Karen Z. Turner, a former commissioner of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, who was caught on camera flaunting her power and connections. But why? The incident began when her daughter's car was pulled over and towed by officers during a routine traffic stop.
Hi, I'm Karen Turner. Hi, it's Nader. I'm a resident. There you go.
It's fine. I don't need that.
Okay, fine. I'm
You're
Karen
just
Turner.
here. You're just here as the rider, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm here as a concerned citizen and friend of the mayor, and been in Tenafly for 20 years. I take full responsibility for them. And what is the reason they were pulled over?
The driver has all the information. He'll tell you.
No. I need to know.
No, you don't need to know.
Okay?
You are not involved here. You're picking them
No,
up.
no. I'm involved. Trust me.
Well,
I'm
not
very
going to tell
involved.
you. He's the driver of the automobile. He's over 18. That's all you need to know.
So, what led to her daughter's car being pulled over? The vehicle's registration was 2 years overdue, and the driver didn't have an insurance card. Concerned about the situation, Turner arrived on the scene, but instead of calmly inquiring, she immediately began to throw her weight around, demanding to be addressed as Commissioner rather than Miss.
And I'm heading up.
Do you have an ID with that?
That is my ID, and that is my business card. I am the Commissioner of the Port Authority, and I'm heading up over 4,000 police officers. Okay? So, if there's a problem, I think I have...
There's no problem.
Well, I think there's a problem.
It's an unregistered vehicle.
Okay, let's hear, why were they pulled over, first of all?
Miss.
Now, don't call me Miss, I'm Commissioner. Thank you.
Commissioner?
Yes.
All due
Why
respect.
were they pulled over?
All due respect.
Yep. Why
The
did they
driver
pull-
will tell you.
No. I need
Yes,
to know.
ma'am. The car's getting towed now.
Why is the car getting towed?
Go ask him.
No, I'm asking. You're the person
Go ask
who's
him.
ordered it, and trust me.
Miss, this does not involve you.
One might wonder why the officers didn't immediately explain the reason for stopping the vehicle. The answer lies in Turner's demeanor. She tried to dominate the officers, repeatedly reminding them of her influential position and connections, even going so far as to state she was a friend of the mayor.
It's not her vehicle. It's not your vehicle.
I'm
How are
sorry,
you
but
involved?
this is not going to be, if you have a problem explaining what the problem is and why their car is being confiscated, then we have a problem.
Why
And
don't
trust
you-
me,
why
I
don't you-
will be in with the Commissioner of Police of Tenafly.
Ma'am,
It
take
will
a step back.
be.
Take a step
If
back
you
for me,
can't
please.
even describe what
Take
the
a
problem
step back
is,
for me. I
think
can't
there's
move
a
back any
problem.
farther. I keep moving back farther, and you keep
Okay.
moving closer to me.
Because you can't
Can you
even
take a step back?
put a sentence together
Take a
on what
step back.
the problem is.
Because I'm not, because of your demeanor.
No, I
I
came
am
in
under
very
no
nicely.
legal obligation to tell
Okay.
you.
And I'm under no
Okay.
legal obligation to tell you what I will be doing. But I will.
You can do whatever you would
Okay?
like to do.
She's been
This is a lawful motor vehicle stop. You are here to pick them up. Okay?
Okay.
There's going to be a report.
Yep.
The
there will
driver
be a
has been
report.
advised of everything that's going on.
Okay. I was
All the
there for
proper
your
forms have been filled
graduation
out.
when you guys came in the town.
Although Turner repeatedly demanded answers, the officers remained calm, seemingly content to let her frustration build as she tried to wield her power. The officers eventually showed their IDs, allowing her to take note of their names, perhaps hoping she would contact her so-called mayor friend.
I'm very disappointed in the way the two of you are acting. You cannot even tell me, a mother living in Tenafly for 20 years with two kids who went through the school system, what the problem is. And that's shocking. It's shocking that you can't even give me a sense.
I think
no,
we should conclude this.
I will.
Just for safety reasons,
absolutely.
this is a high-speed road. I think we should all get off of the road.
You
a little
want
bit
it-
dangerous for us
I'm
being
so
out here as long
sorry.
as we were
Thank
anyway.
you for your concern with my safety.
Okay?
I don't need it. You can't put a sentence together. Sorry.
Okay.
That's pathetic. And you are a disappointment. And you are just following him. So you are also a disappointment. You can't put together a sentence of what the
Are you
problem
finished
is.
now? Are you finished, ma'am?
I'm shocked.
Are
I'm
you finished?
shocked and very disappointed. Thank you for
may
your
take
help.
them. You may take them now.
You may not tell me when to take my child. You may shut up and not tell me when I may take my kids and her friends who are PhD students from MIT and Yale. You may tell me nothing because you've told me nothing. Shame on both of you. I will be talking to the chief of police.
Please.
And I will be speaking to the mayor.
Badge number
And you're
540.
not- I got your name. I got your name.
Just to make sure
I
there's
know
no discrepancies.
Ziporiak. There's no
Matt is the first name.
No. Don't you worry.
As long as you got all the information right.
I got all your information,
Okay.
sweetheart. You can't put a sentence together. That's shameful.
Okay.
That's shameful.
Have a pleasant weekend.
You have a wonderful
All right.
weekend. You're going to...
Despite her abusive language, the officers remained unshaken, demonstrating a commendable level of professionalism. They deserve applause for performing their duty with integrity and composure. In the end, Turner's actions had consequences. She resigned from her position as commissioner after an investigation was launched into what agency officials described as profoundly disturbing conduct. Proceeding to another case, let's encounter a situation where the lawbreaker is none other than the mayor himself. And no, this isn't the mayor friend of Turner. This is all about the mayor of Ironton, Ohio, who was pulled over by an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper for failing to use a turn signal. But what started as a routine traffic stop quickly escalated into something far more serious. Stay tuned to uncover the events that transpired in the shadows of midnight on August 20th, 2022.
How we doing, bud?
Not too bad. Can I have a seat for me, please?
Yes, sir. Oh, shit.
How you doing?
Pull me over?
Yeah, pulled right behind me.
Okay.
Can I see your driver's license?
Yes, sir.
Insurance registration, please.
Yeah, give me a second. There's that. $13.64, sir.
1364.
Maybe the 2300 block of South 3rd. Stand by. I can't. I've got a bunch of shit all over my car.
Is this your vehicle, sir?
Yes.
All right, where are you guys trying to get to?
We're just going in here. I was bringing them here.
I got you. All right, well, the reason I got you stopped for a few reasons. One, when you was coming down the road there, you didn't even stop at the stop sign at that four-way.
Which one?
That's South 4th.
Where? That's Pleasant?
Yeah.
I stopped.
I was coming down South 4th this way and saw you come right through the intersection. And then you come up here and your left tail light's busted. You got white light coming the rear.
I knocked that out.
And then when you turn right here on the South 30, you need your signal.
Yeah. No, I knocked that out recently when we went to the beach.
All right, well, back here with me for a minute.
All right.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
Me? Yeah. I had a couple earlier.
Okay.
But, like, I was just driving them.
All right. Let's walk back here, please.
All right.
So, hang on. All
right. What were you,
The mayor was enjoying a night out with friends when the police interrupted his evening, requesting his driver's license and insurance.
This is off the record. I'm the mayor here in Ironton. Okay. I was just wondering what you guys were doing in town.
Just enforcing traffic laws.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take a look at your eyes real quick, make sure it drives. Is it okay with you?
Yes.
Right.
I'm not, well, I'm not.
Yeah, if you want to go, you're good to go. Close that door for me so the car don't hit it.
He proudly announced his status as mayor, but surprisingly, the officer seemed unimpressed and unfazed by his title. Now, the real show began. The mayor was suspected of being intoxicated, and the officer left no stone unturned in his investigation. But before the tests could proceed, take a moment to see how a woman on the scene pleaded for mercy on the mayor's behalf.
Show me your hands. Listen, you have no business being over here walking at me like that.
Right.
What?
That's the mayor of our city.
Okay. Can I help you?
Take me to Joe City.
No.
Absolutely. Take me to Joe City.
Stop.
You've had way too much to drink. You should be out here on the road.
Yeah, I think
you should be out here on the road.
You're making this worse. Don't do that.
Stop, Sam.
Listen, I'm going to have you back across the road, and you're going to stay over there. You
That's the
understand?
mayor of our city.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do my job.
Take me to Joe instead of him. Right now.
It doesn't work like that. No one takes place to nobody.
Please.
What we're going to do is we're going to walk back across the road, and you're going to stay over there. Let's go.
Please take me to Joe instead of him.
Please stop.
Sam,
like,
stop.
No, nobody's in, like...
Take me to Joe instead of him.
Like, nobody's in trouble or anything.
He's a good mayor. Please take me to Joe.
It has nothing to do with that.
I promise you, take me to Joe instead of him.
Because
would you stop?
I have a light out, okay?
He has a brake light out, I know.
Yeah, it's a...
Take me to Joe instead of him.
No. What we're going to do is we're going to walk back across the road. We're going to stay over there. All right.
She called him a good mayor, but the wheels of justice don't turn on personal pleas. The mayor was searched for weapons and then tested for intoxication.
Take it from my car, please. See this blue line right here?
Yeah.
We'll use this since we're in a parking lot. All right, go and put your left foot on that blue line.
Left foot?
Yes, sir. And then put your right foot in front of your left, touching heel to toe. Arms down by your side.
What is it?
Arms down by your side.
All right, so at the turn, I have to turn left.
What you're going to do is you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps. Once you reach your 9th step, leave your front foot on the line and take a series of small steps and turn yourself around. And take 9 heel-to-toe steps back down the same line.
Just same line.
Do you have any questions?
No, I'm just, it's like all that. I'm sorry.
You understand all the instructions?
Yeah.
You may begin.
All right.
All right, hang on. Before you begin,
I got nervous thinking about what she was doing and everything. Sorry.
It became evident that the mayor was not emotionally fit to handle the situation, as he nervously rambled about the woman who had tried to defend him. Eventually, frustration got the better of him, and he apologized. Yet his plea fell on deaf ears.
All right, it's portable breath test, not admissible in court. All right, you don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. If you do want to do it, all I need you to do is take one big deep breath, create a seal through your lips around the straw. Just one continuous blow until I tell you to stop.
If I don't want to do it,
you don't have to. It's optional.
What does that mean? No.
That means that we won't do a portable breath test.
And then what?
I'll go from there, make a decision whether I believe you're impaired or not.
I don't know, I've just always heard things like if doing it or not doing it.
It's your choice. You don't have to do it. It's up to you.
Oh man, like I've always heard about like what to do and what not to do. But I also know how much I weigh, how much I've had today, what I've eaten today.
Although the mayor initially refused to take the test, he was left with no alternative. In the end, he admitted to being intoxicated and was promptly arrested and charged with driving while intoxicated. Here comes another case of a mayor smoking a cigar and abusing his power by asking the cops, "Do you know who I am?" This is Wichita Mayor Brandon Whipple, who was serving as the mayor of Wichita, Kansas.
Thank you, sir.
It all started on September 24th at a neighborhood cleanup event organized in South Wichita. When Mayor Brandon showed up with a pickup truck full of junk from a rental property he owned, he was denied. But nothing happens without a reason. According to the city website, this event was for low to moderate income families only, but the real issue wasn't just the denial. It was Brandon's reaction to the chief officer on duty, who he claimed was rude and aggressive. How did the mayor respond? By flexing his position.
Hey, I'm getting screamed at by one of your cops. Who's the chief now?
Who's the chief?
Yeah, Lynn's still the chief? I got a guy who doesn't know who I am, and he's just screaming at me to turn around, incredibly rude. So I'm going to figure out how to report this. He's still the chief until this week?
Yeah, he's the chief through the week. They overlap. Livingston starts on Livingston.
All right. So Lynn's still the chief. So how do I file a complaint against one of our officers?
All you have, actually, you can file it directly with them. When you file it with me, I'll get it to them, and they'll do a review of it and get it over to the supervisor.
VOGT.
My ID is 2348, sir.
2348. And this guy just went nuts on me because I turned into a parking lot wrong. Yeah, he's right now. He's writing down my ID and stuff. He has no idea who I am.
Despite the mayor's efforts, the officer didn't hesitate to hand over his ID and was bold enough to face the power of the city manager as well.
Yeah.
I know who you are, Mr. Mayor. Hello, sir. Officer Vogt with the Wichita Police Department. How are you, sir?
Officer Responsibly.
Yes, sir.
I assume the mayor's trying to get you an event.
Yes, sir.
And you're with the mayor right now.
Yes, sir.
Can you let him pass?
No, I'll go to the back of the line.
I cannot, unfortunately.
No, there's a line, and there's no signage or anything. It looks like there's a wreck. I turned into a neighborhood cleanup, and I called you after this guy told me I'm no longer welcome at the neighborhood cleanup, and that now he is going to be the, I guess, the authority on who can do a neighborhood cleanup and drop things off and can't. which is definitely not what we do at City Hall, and that's why you're on the phone right now, Bob. That's the complaint. Not that I need to go in the back of the line, is that this guy tried to kick me out of what we appropriate for neighborhood cleanups based on his attitude and not on any facts.
In the aftermath, the mayor claimed that he was merely trying to observe how officers treat citizens and that he only disclosed his authority because he felt mistreated. Regardless of the mayor's claims, the officer completed his duty by noting down all the necessary information and checking the mayor's ID. In the end, the officer stood firm and refused to let the mayor dump the trash.
I noticed that this guy didn't know who I was. I tried to ask him questions, and then also I just wanted to see how he would talk to citizens, and this is how we're being treated.
All right, thank you, Mayor. I will talk to you.
Thank you.
Can I get your phone number, sir?
You want my number?
Yes, sir. I'll be right back with you.
Can I unload my stuff?
Nope, we don't have any dumpsters to unload it.
As a result of this heated encounter, Mayor Whipple, to wrap up the video, we witness how swiftly arrogance and a sense of invulnerability can collapse when the truth is exposed. These incidents serve as stark reminders that integrity and accountability are the cornerstones of true leadership. No matter how high one's status or how deep one's influence, justice will always find a way to shine through.